On June 30th, 2025, the Minnesota State Capitol became the scene of one of the most shocking political crimes in recent U.S. history. What began as a routine legislative session ended in gunfire, bloodshed, and national outrage. By the end of the day, 3 lawmakers were dead, 2 others critically wounded, and the Capitol was locked down like a war zone. But what drove a man to walk into the heart of democracy with a loaded weapon? And why did he specifically target those 3 individuals? The shooter was 39-year-old Carter Wells, a former independent candidate who had once run for a local Senate seat. His campaign, which flamed out in 2022, was centered around exposing government corruption. But after his political dreams died, he didn't disappear. He grew bitter. Online, he posted long rants about lawmakers selling out the state. He believed the government was being run by what he called a deep state cartel of real estate moguls and lawmakers. In the months leading up to the shooting, Carter became obsessed with 3 lawmakers: Representative Linda Halverson, Senator Caleb Myers, and Representative Dana Rhodes. He claimed they were part of a secret deal to funnel public land to a private development firm connected to out-of-state donors. He even filed a civil suit, dismissed for lack of evidence, but in his mind it was real, and that paranoia turned lethal. June 30th, 10:46 a.m. Carter entered the east wing of the Capitol with forged press credentials. Inside his bag, a Glock 19, 4 extended magazines, and a folded-up manifesto titled The Cleansing Fire. He waited until the Budget Committee convened in room 311. Then he stood up, pulled the weapon, and opened fire. The attack lasted less than 90 seconds. He fired 28 rounds. Representative Halverson and Senator Myers were killed instantly. Representative Rhodes was shot twice in the chest and died en route to the hospital. Carter didn't flee. He dropped his weapon, pulled out a printed copy of his manifesto, and calmly sat down in the middle of the room until officers arrived. The motive? According to Carter's own words, they had to die so the truth could live. In the aftermath, authorities searched Carter's apartment. What they found added fuel to the fire. Dozens of flash drives, email printouts, surveillance photos of lawmakers, and encrypted documents. Some of the materials appeared to be fabricated. Others, still not confirmed or denied by the FBI. One leaked file claimed that Senator Myers was scheduled to meet with a developer hours after passing a bill that rezoned over 200 acres of protected wetlands. The meeting never happened, but the suspicion remained. Public reaction was explosive. Some saw Carter as a terrorist. Others called him a whistleblower who snapped. The Capitol reopened a week later with metal detectors, body scanners, and an expanded police presence. A bipartisan commission was formed to investigate corruption allegations, but its first report was sealed. He said if nobody listened, he'd make them listen. We thought he was just bitter, not dangerous. Carter pled not guilty by reason of insanity, but psychologists determined he was mentally competent, just deeply radicalized. His trial begins in September. If convicted, he faces life without parole. 3 lives were taken, families shattered, the political world shaken. But the questions Carter raised about backroom deals, unchecked development, and campaign finance loopholes still haunt the halls of Minnesota's government. Not because they were proven true, but because they might be. And in the quiet aftermath, the one thing everyone agrees on is that this will happen again.